If you don't take action, nothing will change. That's the truth. It doesn't matter how much you think about success, how much you plan, or how much you hope for a better life. If you don't move, if you don't take real steps forward, you'll be stuck in the same place. A lot of people wait for the perfect time to start. They say, I'll do it when I feel ready, or I'll start when things calm down. But the perfect time never comes. Life will always be busy. Challenges will always be there. If you wait, you'll be waiting forever. The people who succeed aren't the ones who wait for the right moment. They're the ones who get up and start even when it's hard, even when they don't feel like it. Taking action isn't about feeling motivated every day. It's about making a decision to move forward no matter what. It's about doing what needs to be done even on the days when you're tired, even when you don't see immediate results. Because success isn't one big step. It's a series of small steps repeated day after day. The hardest part is starting. Once you begin, you gain power. The hardest part of anything in life is just getting started. That moment right before you take action, your mind is flooded with doubts, with hesitations, with excuses. You feel like you need more time, more preparation, more certainty. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow or maybe next week when things feel right. But here's the truth. The perfect time will never come. The people who succeed in life are not the ones waiting for motivation to strike. They're the ones who take action despite the doubts, despite the fear, despite the discomfort. Because once you begin, you gain power. Inaction creates a habit just as much as action does. The longer you wait, the more you train yourself to hesitate, to delay, to stay where you are. But the moment you take action, everything changes. You don't need to see the entire path ahead. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to move. Even the smallest action can break the cycle of hesitation. Because once you start, you create momentum. And once you create momentum, stopping becomes harder than continuing. That's how progress is made. Not in one giant leap, but in the simple decision to start. Fear is what keeps most people from starting. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of not being good enough. But fear doesn't go away on its own. The only way to get rid of fear is to face it head on. The more you avoid action, the stronger your fear becomes. But the more you act despite the fear, the weaker it gets. Every time you push yourself to start, you are training your mind to be stronger than your excuses. The hardest part is starting, but once you take that first step, it gets easier. The resistance you feel is temporary, but the regret of not starting lasts forever. Action, no matter how small, is always better than inaction. If you can take one step, you can take another. There's something powerful about movement. The moment you take that first step, no matter how small, you set something in motion that is hard to stop. You might not see the results right away, but something changes the moment you move forward. Because if you can take one step, you can take another and another. And before you know it, you're further than you ever thought possible. Most people don't struggle with the middle of the journey. They struggle with the beginning. That first step feels like climbing a mountain. It feels overwhelming, intimidating, even impossible. But the truth is, the first step is always the hardest. Once you take it, once you push through that initial resistance, you realize something. You are capable of more than you thought. The mistake most people make is they look too far ahead. They see the big goal, the big transformation, and they get discouraged before they even begin. They think about how long it will take, how much effort it will require, and they talk themselves out of it. But you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to climb the whole mountain today. You just have to take one step. And once you do, something changes inside you. You prove to yourself that you can move forward. You build confidence even if just a little. You gain momentum even if it's small. And that momentum makes it easier to take another step. Success isn't about making one big move. It's about what you do every single day. Small wins, consistent actions, little improvements over time. Those are what really make the difference. Most people believe that success comes from one big breakthrough, one huge moment that changes everything. But that's not how it works. When you focus on winning the day every single day, something incredible happens. You start building momentum. You start creating habits that stick. And over time, those small wins add up to something massive. It's not about changing everything overnight. It's about getting just a little better every day. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the work when no one is watching. Because if you keep doing that day after day, the results will come. The people who succeed aren't the ones who wait for the perfect moment. They're the ones who take small steps every day, no matter what. It's easy to underestimate small actions because they don't seem like they're making a difference. But over time, those small actions compound. Success isn't about intensity. It's about consistency. It's about showing up, putting in the effort, and stacking small wins on top of each other. Because when you do that, you start building confidence. You start seeing progress. And progress is what keeps you going. Instead of trying to change everything overnight, focus on winning today. Just today. Your mind will try to stop you. Don't listen to it. There's a battle happening inside you every single day. It's between you and your own mind. Your mind will try to stop you. It will tell you you're too tired. It will say you're not ready. It will give you every excuse to stay where you are. And if you listen, you'll never move forward. The human mind is designed to keep you safe. It wants comfort, security, and familiarity. The moment you try to push beyond your limits, your mind will resist. It will create doubts, fears, and hesitations. It will remind you of every failure, every mistake, every reason why you should quit before you even start. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck isn't talent. It isn't intelligence. It's the ability to act even when the mind is telling them not to. The people who achieve great things feel the same fear, the same hesitation, the same doubt. But they don't listen to it. They move forward anyway. They understand that their mind is not always on their side, but they refuse to accept those limitations. Success is never about feeling ready. It's about taking action despite the resistance. If you wait until your mind gives you permission, you'll be waiting forever. Because that permission will never come. Your mind will always find a reason to delay, a reason to hesitate, a reason to play it safe. If you want to break free, you have to take control. You have to decide that your goals are more important than your comfort. Every time you push past that voice telling you to stop, you gain power over your mind. You start building mental toughness. You start proving to yourself that you are in control. Most people go through life letting their thoughts dictate their actions. But the ones who succeed, they make decisions based on their goals, not their feelings. They understand that feelings are temporary, but the results of their actions last forever. You will never wake up every day feeling ready. You will never always feel like doing what needs to be done. But you don't have to. You just have to act anyway. The moment you stop waiting for motivation, everything changes. The moment you stop believing the excuses your mind creates, you break free. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Your mind will always test you. It will always try to convince you that you're too weak, too tired, too busy. But you have to fight back. You have to remind yourself why you started. You have to take control and prove that you are stronger than your thoughts. Success comes to those who keep showing up. Most people never see success because they don't stay long enough to see the results. They start with excitement, full of energy, ready to take on the world. But when things get tough, when progress feels slow, when results don't come as quickly as they hoped, they fade away. Success doesn't come to those who try once and quit. It comes to those who keep showing up day after day, no matter what. It comes to the ones who refuse to let failure stop them. Success is never about one big moment. It's about consistency. It's about discipline. It's about being there, doing the work even when you don't feel like it. There will be days when you don't feel motivated. Days when you question if it's worth it. Days when your progress feels invisible. And that's exactly when most people give up. But those who keep going, those who keep showing up despite the doubts, despite the setbacks, despite the obstacles, they are the ones who make it. Because every time you show up even when you don't feel like it, you're training yourself to be relentless. You're proving to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. Real success comes when you show up even when none of those things are there, when no one is clapping for you, when no one is noticing your effort, when it feels like you're moving in slow motion. That's when your true character is tested. Because if you can keep showing up when it's hard, when it's frustrating, when it's lonely, you are unstoppable. Success is about the small things you do every single day. The small efforts that seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they add up. That's why showing up matters more than anything else. Because every time you show up, you're laying another brick in the foundation of your success. You might not see the results today. You might not see them next week. But if you keep showing up, if you keep doing the work, eventually something happens. Things start to shift. Momentum starts to build. Success goes to the ones who understand that showing up is the most powerful thing you can do. Every excuse delays your success. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because of excuses. Excuses are the invisible chains that hold people back from the life they could have had. Every time you make an excuse, you're not just delaying action. You're delaying your own success. And the more you make excuses, the longer you stay stuck in the same place. Excuses are easy. They feel good in the moment. They take away the pressure of responsibility. You tell yourself you're too tired, too busy, not ready yet. You convince yourself you'll start tomorrow, next week, next month. Success isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's not about waiting until you feel ready, because that moment will never come. The difference between people who succeed and people who don't is simple. Successful people take action despite the excuses. They don't let fear stop them. They don't let doubts control them. They move forward even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's hard. Every excuse you make is costing you something. It's costing you time. It's costing you opportunities. It's costing you the life you could have had. Action destroys excuses. The moment you start moving, the moment you take that first step, the excuses lose their power. You stop thinking about why you can't, and you start proving to yourself that you can. Time will pass anyway. The next year will come whether you take action or not. And when it does, will you be further ahead, or will you still be making the same excuses, living the same life, stuck in the same place? The choice is yours. You can either let excuses run your life, or you can take control. Results don't come from wishing. They come from doing. A lot of people want success. They think about it. They dream about it. They talk about it. They sit around wishing for the day when their life will change. But here's the truth. Results don't come from wishing. They come from doing. Wishing is easy. Wishing feels good. But wishing doesn't change anything. Wishing doesn't move you forward. Only action does. Life rewards action, not intention. You don't get in shape by thinking about working out. You don't build a business by talking about your ideas. You don't learn a skill by watching others do it. You get results by showing up, putting in the work, and staying consistent. There is no secret. There is no magic formula. It all comes down to whether or not you're willing to do what it takes. Most people never get what they want because they never start. Results require action. And not just once, not just when you feel like it, not just when it's convenient. You have to show up every single day and do the work, even when it's boring, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it feels like nothing is happening. If you look at anyone who has achieved something great, you'll see the same pattern. They didn't just think about it. They didn't just hope for it. They worked for it. They put in the time. They failed. They learned. They kept going. They did the things that others weren't willing to do. Success doesn't go to the smartest or the luckiest. It goes to the ones who show up, take action, and refuse to quit. Discipline is the shortcut you're looking for. Everybody wants a shortcut. But here's the truth. Discipline is the shortcut. It always has been, and it always will be. There is no faster way, no easier path, no secret formula. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not motivation. It's discipline. The ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. The ability to stay consistent, to push through discomfort, to take action day after day, no matter how you feel. That is the real shortcut to success. Success doesn't come to the smartest person. It doesn't come to the most talented person. It comes to the person who is willing to show up every single day and do what needs to be done, no matter how they feel. The reason so many people struggle is that they let their emotions control them. They only work when they feel motivated. They only put in effort when they're in the mood. The people who win in life are the ones who don't wait for motivation. They create habits. They create routines. They build the discipline to keep going even on the days when they don't feel like it. Discipline is the great equalizer. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to have all the answers. But if you have discipline, if you have the ability to keep taking action even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when no one is watching, you will outlast and outperform everyone who doesn't. Success isn't complicated. It's simple, not easy, but simple. You find out what needs to be done, and you do it every single day, whether you feel like it or not, whether you're tired or not, whether it's exciting or not. You have to get out of the mindset of looking for motivation, because motivation is unreliable. It's a feeling, and feelings change. If you rely on motivation to get things done, you will always struggle. Discipline is what carries you through those days when motivation disappears. Discipline is a skill. It's something you can develop. You don't have to be born with it. You don't have to be naturally disciplined. You just have to start training yourself to take action, no matter how you feel. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you stick to your commitments, the stronger your discipline becomes. Discipline is not a punishment. It's a tool. It's the thing that gives you freedom. Because when you have discipline, you have control. Control over your actions. Control over your habits. Control over your future. Your future is built one day at a time. Make today count. Every great future starts with a single day. Not a month, not a year, just today. Your future is not some distant dream waiting for you. It's built right now in this moment by what you choose to do today. Most people don't see the value in a single day. They think one day won't make a difference. But one day turns into two. Two turns into a week into a month. And suddenly you're looking back at an entire year wondering where the time went. It wasn't wasted all at once. It was wasted one day at a time. Every person who built something great did it one day at a time. One decision, one action, one moment that compounded over time. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for a perfect time to start. But life never slows down. There is never a perfect time. Your future self is watching what you do today. If you waste today, you're stealing from your future. If you don't take control of today, you will never take control of your future. Because success is not one big moment. It's small, consistent actions repeated over and over again. That's what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. Not talent, not luck, but the ability to wake up every day and make it count, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when no one is watching. Most people love to dream about their future, but dreaming without action is just a distraction. Success isn't about having more time. It's about using the time you have better than everyone else. Everybody gets 24 hours. The difference is in how you use them. How you do anything is how you do everything. If you slack off today, you're training yourself to slack off tomorrow. If you make excuses today, you're setting yourself up to make excuses for the rest of your life. But if you show up today, if you push yourself today, if you hold yourself accountable today, then you are building a mindset that guarantees success in the future. Because success isn't about talent. It's about habits. It's about discipline. And that starts right now in the small choices you make today. Most people underestimate the power of one good day. But every great achievement started with one day. One workout turns into a strong body. One good decision with money turns into financial security. One disciplined day turns into a disciplined life. Every habit you build starts with a single day of effort. If you want to change your future, stop thinking about the future and start focusing on today. Because today is the only thing you actually have control over. Your future is nothing more than a collection of todays. If you waste today, you're wasting your future. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who had everything handed to them. They're the ones who decided that every single day mattered. They're the ones who took action no matter what. Success doesn't go to the smartest or the luckiest. It goes to the ones who show up, take action, and refuse to quit. Success doesn't wait for anyone. It belongs to those who are willing to take action every single day.